Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And in this video, I wanted to talk about this article, which I find very interesting from Fierce Wireless. Me and the tech extremist were talking about this over the last several days. If you don't follow him, make sure you guys check his channel out. I'll leave a link to it in the description down below. So T-Mobile's fixed wireless asset taps unused mobile capacity, which has its limits. The tech extremist has been preaching about this nonstop on his Twitter, on his YouTube channel, group chats. Preaching this, it will have its limits. Even if you further extend the density, depending on the extent of the density, it will have its limits. You add network slicing, you add dedicated capacity over time, maybe even you add priority to that service. It still has its limits. It's wireless airwaves. And the amount of usage that is going through that pipe is insane. You got to remember, this is a product that's stationary in the home. And people that use it, there's constant usage. If your TV runs at 1080p 60, YouTube TV, Hulu, whatever it is, this is constant strain on the core. This is not your mobile device where you complete your data task and then you put the phone down. And I know there's some users out there, power users, where the phone does constantly go. But a lot of people, they complete the data task, they check what they want to check, and then they put their phone down. And at that time, the usage on the network is over. So you're in and out. You're in and out. This home internet usage is different. This is a behemoth in terms of usage versus the mobile user. T-Mobile is learning. Before they launched this service, they crunched numbers, and most of this was anecdotal, just by estimates. They said, okay, we're going to have 14 times the capacity versus what we previously had, and we don't think the mobile user is going to be able to utilize all of that capacity, so we're going to offer home internet to users in, certain neighborhoods where we feel comfortable. But I'm telling you guys, I don't think T-Mobile's in over their heads. But the usage and the strain on the network is insane. Analysts are starting to crunch numbers. So we have a great report here from Craig Moffett, which I'll read off a paragraph of that. And I'll leave this article in the description. But I gotta really point this out. The usage on this service is going to be insane. We're talking 4K. Right? You got to remember, there's going to be users that are going to switch from DSL, which is what T-Mobile is targeting. There's going to be users from cable codes that are going to switch because of data caps. T-Mobile does not have data caps. So what happens? Those guys move over to T-Mobile and boom, they start downloading BitTorrents. They start downloading movies. They go crazy. I'm seeing people post 10, 15, 20 terabytes a month that they use. So there's insane amounts of usage going through the core at all times on this product. So I kind of wanted to point this out to further drive my point, and you guys can read the rest for yourselves. So the Moffett analysts crunched a bunch of numbers related to projected data consumption, and they found that T-Mobile's guidance for 7 million fixed broadband customers by 2025 would be the equivalent of adding 280 million new customers. That's insane. Just think about that. So, and then they go further to say that, is it really worth it to put that kind of strain on the network for the little margins? Going through all that hoopla. And, I tend to agree. So I think there's going to be further monitoring from T-Mobile. I think they're going to monitor this more heavily. And I know there's priority differences the fixed wireless has less priority. It really doesn't matter. Even with the less priority, users can still pull 15 to 20 terabytes a month. So it hasn't stopped them from accessing what they need to access. And I know T-Mobile is feeling that pain. It's putting a strain on the core. Now, the capacity right now as it stands can still handle it, but eventually the mobile user will adapt 5G and there'll be a higher percentage of users. And it's gonna cause for some issues. If the usage gets as low as maybe 100 megabits a second, just for example, in any given neighborhood, and you got fixed wireless users trying to use it and wireless users, and the wireless users bog down the home internet users, and it starts buffering and lagging, that service at that point it's not usable anymore. You have to leave it. There's just, and then, yeah, there could be further capacity, further enhancements, but how long is that going to really take? Are you going to put up with that until they get that fixed, until they add that densification? It's tough to say. But for now, like I keep updating you, it works. And that's where I kind of want to leave it. It just works. My streams work, games work. I'm doing about 1 terabyte a month. T-Mobile did say they have several terabytes of capacity to offer per month, but I don't know if they were ready to push, 10, 15, 20 terabytes, for some households. So it's going to be interesting how they handle this. Do they maybe include a data cap in the future? Maybe. Do they monitor accounts differently? And if there's some activity that T-Mobile may not allow, do they kick them off? I think that's a fair point to make, because I think some cable companies should have did that a long time ago. If you implemented the data cap for more of a controlled usage, then the people that are downloading those BitTorrents and those movies and ripping them and all that, they should be kicked off. The whole base shouldn't be punished for a couple people that are running hundreds of terabytes a month downloading movies. So, and I think if you use 5 terabytes a month gaming and streaming and it's all done, legally, then there shouldn't be a problem with that. You shouldn't charge the customer more. But I'm seeing it more and more. I'm seeing people post comments that are saying I'm on Cox, I'm paying $150 for 300 megs. And then they're saying my packet loss is insane on Cox, it's just a bad service. And then they go to T-Mobile, $50 a month, and they have a better experience on the product. So I do think Craig Moffett is on to something. It's just the usage of the home internet user is exponentially more versus what we're seeing on the mobile data. I think T-Mobile had an understanding of it, but now that they're tracking this, they're probably kind of sidetracked. I mean, not sidetracked, but like blindsided by this. And they're going to have to further evaluate as this grows. 646,000 total now customers. They added 224,000 in Q4. They will likely do more ads in Q1, in Q2, and then they haven't even did a national advertising. So once they nationally advertise, if they ever do, I mean, the demand is going to go through the roof. They're going to attract cable companies. They're going to attract some fiber customers, especially Cox, that gig fiber that they offer, and to get unlimited on that is $150. I think T-Mobile applies pressure just on price alone. So we'll see what happens. Let me know how you think about this and feel about this in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Follow the social media outlets for more updates and interactions. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. Thanks again for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.